Biden and Kamala Harris signed an Asian hate crime bill, which makes it beyond illegal to ever purposely and maliciously do anything to anybody in the Asian community. And there was a spike in crimes and criminal behavior in and around COVID, allegedly and specifically motivated by Trump. And so everybody started treating Asians, beating them, killing them, shooting them, stabbing them, hurting them. And then he gets into the White House, skips over every black and brown Mexican and Latino that have been getting killed like flies, and he makes it a law. Asian hate crime bill is signed into law. So whether you're a police officer or a regular civilian, if you wake up on a Wednesday and say, he's Asian, a woman or a man, let's go do something bad to them, which God forbid would ever happen again. But it is a crime bill that was signed into law that protects Asians at all costs. Where is that same fucking law to be signed into law when it comes to black and brown people? Because what you're doing is, President Biden and Kamala Harris, what you're doing is you're saying that black and brown people will continue to be disposable. That's why we got to vote, and we got to make sure our voices are heard, Tyrese. And it matters when we speak up and speak truth to power. When we speak what's on our heart, we will be heard. But first, you got to have the courage to speak up. And that's why I love you, Tyrese. You speak your heart.
Before I start this video, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank Juicy Genius on X for this video and, for this story. So, Tyrese was on, and this happened, I think, 2 weeks ago. So, Tyrese was on Instagram Live, interviewing with, attorney Benjamin Crump. And what he said about, when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris passed the anti-Asian hate crime bill and basically ignore the Black Americans because we're in violent crimes. Let's just keep it real. Statistically, in violent crimes, when it comes to Black Americans, we go through the roof and everybody else is protected. So what Tyrese is saying is that, well, wait a minute, you passed the anti-Asian hate crime bill, but then when it comes to police officers attack us unjustly. When it comes to white supremacists attacking us unjustly, you ignore us, but you go to everybody else, in support. And so now, Black Americans, we felt like, even though we built this country, even though we took apart a society, you still ignore us. You basically ignore us completely. And so what Tyrese is saying is that let's stop being fake and start being real. That what about our protection? What about us? You see time and time again, police-involved shootings dealing with Black Americans. You see that, and you choose to ignore it. And so now Tyrese, and then you got Benjamin Crump. Well, let's vote and blah blah blah. Vote for who? Like, you got both candidates. Let's just keep it real. You got both candidates support police officers. You got Donald Trump said in his own words that once he becomes president, he's going to be making police officers protected, having immunity. That's what Donald Trump will say. Kamala Harris, we all know that when she they call her a pro cop. She's the attorney general. She locked up innocent black Californians, thousands of them, and she's supposed to be a top cop. And that's why I disagree with Benjamin Crump when he said that that's why we need to vote. And I'm gonna ask you a question: vote for who? Both candidates support police officers, so vote for who? But I digress, right? But my point I'm saying is that what Tyrese says is the truth, that when Democrats like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris won the presidency, sworn in as president, and when Joe Biden said that ever since we voted for him, he got our backs, and then when he was president, he never did. He never got our backs. What? He passed. He made it Juneteenth the law. The holiday, which that's one of the things we don't want. He passed the Black Music Month. Is that what black people want? No. See, and they choose to ignore this. We as black people want the anti-black hate crime bill and reparations. Yes, cash payments, reparations. But you got Democrats choose to ignore what black people want and focus on everybody else. And like Tyrese said, they cannot they try to silence the truth and not post it on the air. They'd rather believe a lie than the truth. And this is a problem with America today. They feed the lies. The mainstream media feeding you lies, but you don't do research and find out what's really going on. And so this is mainly the reason I want you guys to hear it for yourself, or what Tyrese said in an interview with Benjamin Crump on an IG Live. But Benjamin Crump, who is, Omega Psi Phi and one of the fraternities that support Kamala Harris, but I digress too, want everybody to vote. And that's the question, and I'm going to repeat this one last time. Vote for who? When it comes to black agendas, vote for who? Both candidates support police officers. One of them was a former Attorney General of California who loved to lock up black people innocently for something they didn't even do, probably a little ounce of weed. Hundreds of thousands of black men, actually. And Donald Trump already said if he wins, he's going to make police officers having immunity. So both candidates support police officers. So vote for who? So that's all I have to say on this story. But yeah, this is crazy. So y'all let me know what you think about it in the comments.